specific adverse visual impacts such as reflection, shadow flicker, and blade glint affecting residents within or immediately adjacent to the project area. The proposed language is the applicant shall locate turbines so no shadow is cast on a participating property not included in the special use. The applicant will also take reasonable measures such as planting tree awnings, installing awnings, etc. to mitigate specific adverse visual impacts such as reflection, shadow flicker, and blade glint affecting residents within or immediately adjacent to the project area. Again, we need a motion to discuss. Is there a motion? Current language stands. E18. This is a proposed new language to be added. The total turbine height shall be limited to 250 feet.
I move that the total turbine height shall be limited to no higher than 500 feet.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? Everybody ready to vote?
That'd be our proposed regulation change.
Pardon?
That would change the regs we have. Correct.
Right now it's 600.
600.
Well, John, I guess I do have a question on that. This is just a proposed new language of 250. And before on some of these, we had a current language. Did we not have a current language, or did it just not get printed of 600 feet?
Or we did not have
We
a
didn't.
printed.
Okay.
It's not printed as 600 feet regulation.
Okay, that's why this
Yes,
is.
so it's not a reg change.
This is an addition.
Addition.
This will be an addition to the change,
Correct.
to the
Proposed
regulation.
new language.
Is there anybody else have a question here? Or is that-
Just thinking out loud.
That's fine.
We could address that, but then actually the height of the tower, would it be better to address that when the applicant actually comes to the board with a specific outline of where they're
If it's not in the regs now.
done?
If it's not in the regs now.
If it's not in the regs now, that cannot be discussed when we actually have a wind farm that's actually going to put something up. Then they can tell us what they're putting up. And we can discuss it then.
Is there any further discussion?
I'm just making sure I understand what he's saying. Since it'll be a conditional use permit, if they apply, then we can make a decision on that.
John, is that correct?
Well, that's what he's saying, yeah.
No, I'm asking you if, I know we have a motion and a second to put this in the regs,
Correct.
but before we vote, is this something we could add when a wind farm actually brings us a conditional use permit to be voted on? Of putting a tower height on it then, when they tell us.
Right, you always have the power to put conditions on any project, case projects that come to
Just
the board.
look.
Okay. Does anybody else have questions yet? We have a motion to set the turbine height in a second at 500 feet. There's no further discussion, we're ready to vote.
250 feet.
Oh, I
She
changed
motioned
it to
to-
one.
She made a motion to go to 500. Are you still good, Lori?
I'm good.
Okay. All right, I think we're ready.
Gary Fraunfelter,
No.
Gary Huxman,
No.
Leighton Callowpack,
No.
Richard Larson,
No,
Jim Leach,
No.
Kathy Nicholson,
Yes.
Raymond Williams.
No.
Okay, motion is denied, it stays, the proposed language does not go in. F4J1, current language, maximum sound level permitted for a CWEP shall be 65 decibels measured at the boundary of a non-participating property. Proposed language is the maximum sound level permitted for a CWEP shall not exceed 40 decibels at the boundary of a non-participating property and at any occupied residence. The 40 dBA limit is intended to act as a proxy for restricting low-level noise generated by the CWEP.
He's
John?
proposing all that.
I was just gonna say, is that gonna be for their clear through F4, J4?
Yes, he's proposing F4, J1 through F4, J1.
Okay. And I think you all got these regs in front of you. I don't know that I need to read that in entirety unless someone thinks I do. Is there a motion? Anybody have a motion?
I so move we accept the proposed language 4.F.4.J.1 through F.4.J.4.
Okay. It's been moved. Is there a second? Is there a second? Motion dies to the lack of second. Proposed new language, interference with reception. Any wind turbine shall be constructed and operated so that they do not interfere with television, microwave, GPS for ag use, military defense, radar, navigational, or radio reception in or adjacent to the CWEP area.
I move that we accept the proposed language of 4.F.4.I.1.
Second.
Okay, been moved and second. Is there any discussion?
Well, I would think this is one of the reasons we have the moratorium right now is because of the 911 towers. So I would think we want to make sure for the people that are living in the area of the wind turbines that it isn't interfering with our normal day-to-day reception for television or internet.
How would that be regulated? If the tires are up, so we have interference.
Well, I think there's been some cases in the past where there was interference when the company had to come in and make some adjustments to it. So that's just ensuring that we're asking them to guarantee that they'll do that.
I spoke with a person who is very knowledgeable, very well versed in the GPS situation for tractors, our auto steer and all that. He informed me that he has seen no problems in any of the areas that he works with that type of interference. And since Straub's and CWEP bought Straub's, they have that area lined up by Concordia. And this person has worked for CWEP, is now in the Straub's family. And I talked to him, and he said that, they had seen no problem with that. So that's one man's opinion. But he's very knowledgeable.
Well, I talked to guys in Ford County and Pratt County, and they said the same thing. And that goes GPS, RTK stuff. I didn't. I would have heard by now, I thought, with all the wind farms in western Kansas, if it was affecting TV or radio. I talked to numerous zoning administrators from counties, and they said their county-wide had no problems with radio communications, EMS, that sort of thing.
I don't think we're discussing whether they will or will not cause problems. I think this proposed reg is just stating that if there is problems, the wind company is going to ensure that there won't be. It's not an issue of whether there is or there isn't, but they're going to make sure that if there is, it'll be rectified.
Any further discussion?
you say military defense radar and navigational, don't the FAA, aren't they gonna take care of all that?
Can Jason address that since he wrote the language? Are you familiar?
This is the exact language that's been in quite a few other county regulations. I've used it for before.
Do you have any further discussion?
Okay, so if we would pass this, and a person comes and said they have interference, who's that gonna fall on to regulate that? Us, the county commissioners? Well, it wouldn't be us, but is that a county commissioner issue, or who would actually regulate that?
The person that was having issues would contact the planning company, is what I think.
Would there be any oversight on that, John?
That would be a question for the lawyer.
Any further discussion? We got a motion and a second. Lori?
Gary Brownfilter,
No.
Gary Huxman, Leighton Calipack,
Yes.
Richard Larson,
No.
Jim Leach,
No.
Kathy Nicholson,
Yes.
Raymond Williams,
No.
Motion's denied. This is new language, real property value protection. The applicant guarantees that there'll be no loss in real property value within 2 miles of the CWEP due to the CWEP. Any real property owners included in that area who believe that their property may have been devalued due to the CWEP may elect to exercise the following value protection plan, and I'm not going to go through reading that. You all have a copy of that.
Please note it's continued on page 7.
Is there a motion? Is there a motion? Proposed language is not instructed into our regs. I believe that gets us to the end of that. Thank you, Jason. Is there any public input not on the agenda tonight? You got any report, John?
Excuse me, were you allowing the public comment that wasn't on?
I'm asking for any public input that's not on the agenda, what we've been talking about tonight.
Okay, I misunderstood. My only question was the rotor height, is that taken into consideration of the tower height? Like 500 feet or the 350?
To my knowledge, that number is total height when the blade tips at the top, is the way I understand.
So that would be the total height. Okay, I'm sorry for the interruption.
No problem, sir. I'm ready to adjourn once you go take my notes.
Second.
Second, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign.